Guys, this is Parr here, and thank you for checking out this video. So, it will come as no surprise from the title of this video that Title Update 53 for Minecraft Console Editions has been released, and what an awesome day it is because we have a lot of new stuff that has been added onto the console versions, and we're going to be looking at that today, as well as the full complete changelog. So this update, just to confirm, is currently out in places like Europe, and but it's not out on in North America just yet. It will be out later today on the day of me uploading this, and also it's not currently out on the Nintendo edition, so that's on Wii U and Nintendo Switch. Those will be out tomorrow, and that's just purely because that's the way that Nintendo likes to do it. So basically, yeah, so if you have the update now, then great, but if you haven't got it, you've just got a little bit longer to wait. So guys, before we get into anything, let's go through the actual changelog that we've received from 4J Studios, that they've updated to tell us exactly what's been added in this update. So we've got some additions, and we've got a few different bug fixes. So let's have a quick look then. I'm going to pop it on screen for you now, and we'll read through it. So, of course, Title Update 53, released today, May the 30th, 2017, which is awesome. So, let's go through. So, they've added the Adventure Time Mashup Pack. So, we're going to be doing another video on that, just to have a little look at that and sort of go through it a little bit. And I'm also going to be doing an adventure in the near future, going through that whole world. They've added the Magic the Gathering Skin Pack. Again, we'll be taking a look at that in a separate video. But, again, these are awesome things. And they've added the temple, basically a free, the free temple glide track. And again, we're going to be looking at that properly, and of course I'm going to be playing that a lot more and trying to get the fastest routes and hopefully a world record, but we'll see. So and then, of course, the next feature, so with regards to glide, they've added basically the ghost mode, so that you basically can do your run, obviously whatever your best time is. If you turn ghost mode on, which you can do in your settings, I don't know if we can do it here. I'm just going to quickly have a look. I don't know if we do. I think you might have to be in the actual mini game for that to happen. Game, I believe it is. Yeah, I don't think it's in this section here, but we'll have a look at that when we go into glide. So yeah, so basically, obviously, like I say, your fastest run will show like a ghost track which you can follow and try and beat, which is an awesome little feature for them to add. So the default controls have changed slightly, and you can now define your own control scheme in the options menu. So we'll be taking that a look at that a little later in the video as well, just so we can just give that a bit of a showcase to you guys and show you how it works roughly. So next things, they've added the pick block function, and this is unassigned by default, and that basically is in creative mode. If you're doing creative builds and things, you can set it up so you can assign a button to be pick block, so you would essentially put your cursor over a particular block, like, I don't know, oak wood, for example. If you haven't got it in your hotbar, you'll use whatever your button you assign it to, and that will assign it very quickly to your basically your hotbar that you can use, and you don't have to obviously keep going into the the creative menu to find the blocks and things like that. So that is an awesome little feature and very handy for quick builds and things like that. So next we've got added the offhand slot for maps and arrows. So of course this is the introduction to kind of dual wielding. Hopefully that's going to be kind of upgraded over time, where we're going to be adding in swords and weapons and things like that. But of course it's just got maps and arrows at the moment. They've added the Shulker box, so that is awesome, and another form of storage, of course. And they've added in the Shulker shell. So basically, when you kill Shulkers, you'll get a shell. So when you combine two of them together, you'll be able to craft a Shulker box. And again, we'll be taking a look at that in a few moments. They've added the iron nugget items. You can now smelt iron and gold armor into nuggets, so that is awesome. And that applies for tools as well, not just armor. So more items can now be used as fuel in the furnace. So that means a load more kind of wood items, like kind of fences and I believe boats as well. Just any kind of spare wood items really can be put in there as fuel. And again, we'll have a look at that as well. So they've added new note block sounds. Didn't know that was coming, so that's a new one. So that's cool. We're not doing that today, but I maybe have a little look at that. But I'm sure you guys will have a play around with that, just to listen to the new sounds. It's probably just kind of made them sound a little bit better. There probably isn't a massive drastic change to that. So they've added some new sound effects for filling cauldrons, paddling boats, using a fishing rod, and the end portals. That's awesome. Very, very cool indeed. Using a firework while gliding with Elytra will now give you a boost. Don't try this at home. Nice warning there. Again, we'll have a little showcase of that as well in this video. They've added concrete powder blocks, 16 different colours. They've added the concrete blocks themselves, 16 different colours. And they've added the glazed terracotta block, 16 different patterns. And finally, they've changed the colour of dies, wool, and banners, basically making them look a lot more vibrant, a lot more nicer. And of course, we're going to be looking at all of these different blocks, which we have here in this little map that I've got here. So one thing to note, so basically, there's glazed terracotta has been added, but there is standard terracotta, which is basically clay, what was on there before. So the clay blocks have been renamed to terracotta, and you will basically use those to make terracotta, glazed terracotta blocks. And of course, the concrete powder, you'll make that. I'll show you in a moment. You basically make the concrete powder, and then you would use that to make the actual concrete blocks. And it's a really simple method of how to do it. And it's really cool with regards to the concrete. I'll very, very quickly tell you is that it's actually come to console version before any other version, including like the main PC version. So that is the first time an item or block or something like that has ever come to console before like it being added to PC, except for other things like kind of glide mini game, etc., etc. And very quickly, let's have a look at the bug fixes. So, nothing major that anyone's really going to be bothered about too much, but we'll have a quick look. So we've got, obviously, a bug fix for taking damage when falling into a slime block. Obviously, that shouldn't have happened, and now that's been fixed. 4 damage being taken in 1x1 areas. That's interesting. So, I know that was something, I didn't think that was a bug, actually. I thought it was just standard, but that's cool. That's been fixed. Falling in shallow water is damaging players. Fixed. Player glitching out in battle mode. That has happened a lot to me, as you saw on the live streams and things, so hopefully that's not going to happen anymore. Instead, it's been fixed. Squids not spawning in anything man-made. Interesting, but fixed. Battle mode spawn glitch. Again, that's been a bit of a problem sometimes, and that's been fixed. Sometimes when with an arrow or hit, the player's screen will freeze or shake. Okay, interesting. I think I've seen that a bit before. It hasn't happened too much, but an Elytra fly glitch. Glitch with rabbits. It doesn't say what it was. It just fixed rabbits. And then experience from coal, not going to mending. Okay, and map direction icon skewed. Can't say I've seen that myself, but it has been fixed. And finally, the banner are giant. Banners are giant, so they're probably a bit too big when they should have been. I don't know when you place them down. So that is everything that's in the changelog. So let us have a look at the actual things then. So let's start off with the set of this one. This is pretty standard. So this is the wool that's been updated. So the colours, obviously, without being able to compare it to the old style, but these are definitely a lot more colourful, a lot more brighter, and just vibrant, especially these kind of ones like orange and like the yellow and like the purple and things, just a lot more brighter. And I think they're just going to be look a lot better overall. Like the black and red just looks a lot more kind of crisp and just a lot more colourful. So that is awesome. And yeah, so of course we've got the glazed terracotta blocks here. So these are awesome for making different patterns, and when they're all the different colours, of course, as you can see, you can be able to tell. And that's obviously black there, and then the blues and things and like that. And obviously when you kind of place them down in like a like a 2x2 together, place down 4 blocks together, they'll create an actual pattern, so you can piece them together and change them around, and they look very cool. We've got some cool arrows there, and these are awesome. So just to quickly show you, so if we go to the decorations one, we've got the glazed terracotta is in here. And so basically, if you bake the different terracotta blocks in a furnace, just like the basically, it used to be like the stained clay, stained hardened clay. Basically, you can now smelt that in a furnace, and it will turn into these. And basically, as I'll just show you as well, so these were the clay blocks that were there previously, different colours, and now they are just called terracotta. So that's awesome. And terracotta is basically like clay, basically. Anyway, so it's quite a thing in like kind of Chinese mythology. You've got like these terracotta kind of like statues made out of clay. There you go. Awesome. So let's get on to the old the concrete and concrete powder. So these are the concrete powder blocks, so pretty standard. You can use them. They do have the gravity effect, the same as like gravel and sand, and that makes complete sense because you make these out of gravel and sand combined with a basically like the dyed whatever dye you want to make that different color. So that's what they look like. Obviously pretty standard. It looks pretty much like the sand really, but it's kind of like different colored sand really, isn't it? Which is pretty awesome. And of course these are the concrete blocks themselves, and these are awesome. These are going to be amazing for building like buildings because they're so like kind of you know, so smooth, and again the colours are very vibrant. You know, they've been changed up like the wall and things. You know, and these are going to be awesome. I think these are going to be a lot better because I tend to build a lot out of kind of clay for kind of buildings and things, but I'm definitely going to be switching to concrete because these look so much better. The colours look like they're supposed to, but of course that's going to be good. You know, mixing it up with the standard terracotta or clay. I'm going to have to get used to calling it that. Maybe mixing them up with these, getting like different shades. So that's going to be pretty interesting to do. So here's a bit of a kind of tutorial that I'm going to show you how to do, how to make your kind of like your concrete powder. So concrete powder here, I'm not obviously going to make it, but as you can see there's the recipe there. You've got sand and gravel and then the actual dye itself, which is great because it means that we've actually got a proper use now for gravel because we didn't have that before. it was just annoying, and obviously you could get flint and steel, make flint and steel by getting the flint from the gravel, but now you've got an actual excuse to gather it up to make it into this. And obviously, you know, if you've got worlds with plenty of sand, which I have, for example in Imaginarium, it's going to be great. I mean, it's essentially going to be infinite. It's great. So these are the of course this is how you turn concrete powder into concrete blocks. And basically you're gonna, so let's just grab ourselves a concrete powder block. Where are we? Where is it? There it is. Concrete, red concrete powder. Let's use that. All you do is you drop it into water, and there, as you can see, it's changed into like the actual. So as you can see, look, that's the difference there, and it's changing to it, and you just pop it in like that, and it changes. And that's obviously not going to, because there's no water, but you know, that's it. As you can see, you just drop it in water, and it changes to the concrete blocks. That is awesome. So that is a little tutorial how to do that. So next, let's move on to the furnace thing. So as you can see in here, so let's grab ourselves a couple of little tools and things. So let's get some golden boots and maybe some, it's only gold and iron. So let's get an iron chest plate. So I've got some fuel in here. So if we pop those in there, those are smelting now, as you can see. And once that's finished, we're going to be getting iron nuggets. And also, while we're doing that, I've got some of these prepared already with some of the, I've just put the, you know, iron and gold in there again. So I'm just going to grab some things like some wood. You've got the kind of thing, anything wood really. I'm going to test out boats because I'm not actually 100% sure if that works. If it doesn't, then that's fine, we know. But you can put like things like, I think you can put trapdoors in now. So we're just going to pop those. Put a boat in. Yeah, the boats work because it's wood. That's awesome. So that's now smelting that. And they're going to turn into the nuggets, which we should have in here. Here we go. We have got iron nuggets and gold nuggets. Obviously, you can get them from the nether, from the zombie pigmen, but now you can do yourself with some spare, if you've got spare tools and armor of iron or gold, which, you know, once you've got diamond, you don't really need to use them anymore other than spares. But again, we've got some more things here. You would use the, you know, it works the same way. The iron nuggets work in the same way as the golden nuggets. You will get, you know, collect enough, get 9 of them, and you can turn them into, you know, into the bars, and then eventually into the actual blocks if you want to. So that is awesome. Right, next one, guys, onto the shulker boxes. So again, these are, you know, basically all the different colors. You can just basically dye them. You just basically make yourself a shulker box, dye it in the different colors, and these look pretty awesome. So you can have kind of different colored, essentially different colored chests to, you know, to mark out your kind of storage area. And I think that's something I'm going to be doing. But of course, you open it up, it opens up like a shulker, like it does. But you can of course got storage in there, and that is awesome. But guys, the most important thing is that you can transport this around. So I've got one here, and of course I filled it with a load of good valuables and things like that. So if I grab myself, I don't think you can use. I just popped that into the chest. I don't really need to do that. So my understanding is that you can't use a sword. Well, you probably could. It probably just takes longer. I don't think it's actually doing anything. So if you use this, so like I say, we've got loads of stuff in here. So if we mine this shulker box, it's going to drop. And as you'll see, it hasn't dropped to basically, you know, it hasn't dropped, even though we're in creative mode, it hasn't broken it, and it hasn't dropped all the items. And that is there. That is in my inventory now. I can walk around, and you can, of course, fill up your inventory with, and it tells you as well, as you can see, look there, it tells you what's in it. So that is awesome. And obviously, well, it gives you a brief overview of the first few items, but you can literally fill up your inventory with shulker boxes and have this massive inventory, especially if you're going on some sort of trip. But yeah, of course, if you just place it back down as normal, that is going to have all them there. And if I pop this down again, well, actually, here we go, look. So, because we're in creative mode, it's like duplicating it. That's awesome. So we've got all these different shulker boxes. And, but obviously, yeah, that only works in creative mode, which, you know, it's not going to happen in survival. So that's not a duplication glitch. There we go. Right, so let's get rid of these stuff. So let's get onto some other stuff. So let's get onto the offhand. So let's grab a couple of these things. Well, basically, actually, easiest way to do this is I'm just going to pop this map into this slot here, and we have got our offhand. So this is the first steps towards proper dual wielding, and as you can see there, we can hold the map and it moves around. Because I find, you know, when you're trying to find stuff or uncover the map, it's annoying when it's right in front of you. You have to keep moving it down and out of the way when you're trying to see. But as you can see, we're moving around and it will uncover the map as you go along. But like I say, at the moment it is only for maps and arrows. But so let's just kind of get rid of that very quickly. And so if we've got ourselves a bow and we've got an arrow here, so basically whatever you've got in the you could have different arrows in your hotbar, but whatever's in your offhand will be the one that's favored. So let's kind of test it at the moment. So if we fire a bow now, it's just going to fire the normal ones, right? Okay, so if we get rid of those arrows there, I've got the poison ones. So they're in the inventory now, and that will favor them because they're in the hotbar. Obviously, if you've not got any assigned, it's just going to go for the normal arrows. There you go, simple. So if we then put, let's put, so like I say, obviously seen it before, if you've got the arrows in your hotbar, it would favor those ones. So now if we put the poison ones in the offhand, what it's going to do is, obviously you can see it is holding them, but it's going to favor those ones there, and it's obviously going to fire. It's not going to change it out unless you change up the arrows. If you switch those arrows around, put the normal ones in the offhand, it is going to favor those ones. So yeah, that is basically that. And so like I say, that is all it is at the moment, maps and the arrows. And hopefully in the near future, or you know, future updates, we're going to be seeing other things to that kind of dual wielding aspect, seeing kind of, you know, holding swords and tools and potentially shields in the future if they are introduced. Right, so let's get into the awesome stuff. So let's put my Elytras on and let's grab some of these things here. So okay guys, so the whole thing with Elytras is that you can fly now, and if you've got fireworks, then you will boost. So let's give this a go. Let's fly with the Elytra, and all I'm going to do now is I'm just going to fly up slightly just to get a bit more height, and all I'm going to do is click to use the fireworks right now. Oh, it's not working. Oh, you have to, sorry, it's the left trigger, not the hit. I was pressing the wrong ones. But if you do that, you can see it's kind of boosting us a little bit. We want to be going a bit slower, I reckon. Let's try and slow it down. Slow it down. There you go. So right, we slowed right down by just pointing upwards. So now we're pretty much going like very, very slow. And let's do this. Woo! And this is going to be awesome. So if you keep doing it, obviously in creative mode, you could just hold it and just keep going for ages, but obviously it might get a little bit annoying. But obviously once you're slowing down, but of course in survival, that's going to be really handy. So let's just pop into survival just so I can kind of show you this. And what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to fly upwards, and we're going to have to be really, really quick doing this. So let's just fly in the Elytra and let us, because you can boost basically upwards, which is going to be awesome. So right, we're up in the sky, and I'm very quickly going to change to change me to survival. Whoa, we're coming out of the. So now we're gliding. Problem we've got here is that when you use this, it's going to give you damage, and there's a reason for that. Now that's not standard. Don't worry guys, obviously, you know, I could actually end up dying now. Oh, yes, there we go, and oh, I've just died, and let's just grab those things again. So I don't even know where we are. Where have we spawned? I have no idea. So let's just grab some things again. Let's go back to creative mode very, very quickly, just to grab myself some Elytra and some fireworks. There we go. Oh no, actually, sorry, my mistake. I'm going to show you this quickly. This is what you want to do to avoid getting in survival, to avoid taking damage basically whilst flying and using the fireworks. You're basically going to want to make fireworks, but with no kind of like explosion, no kind of fireworks star, essentially. So where is the paper? Where is the paper? Oh, it's there. So let's grab ourselves some that, and we want some gunpowder as well, which is in here. And let's just quickly grab ourselves a crafting table, just so I can show you how to do this. There we go. So let's pop down. Let's pop the Elytra wings down, and we've just got like 64 of those. So let's change the game mode for me to survival. And basically, so what we want to do is, we've got our Elytra wings on, of course. We want to go to the fireworks menu, but you want to ignore the fireworks star, these, you know, the color or the shape, and all you want to do is go to this tab here to add to, you know, to create this. So all you want to do is just make as many as you can. So we've just, you know, just make loads of them, and all that's going to do is it's just going to have a rocket itself, not the actual explosion of a firework. So if we oh, we can fly actually. So if we engage, we're in survival. So if we do this, you're not going to take any damage. There we go, because there's no explosion basically. So let's just fly. It might take a bit of getting used to. It's going to work better when you're flying in the air, obviously, like rather than like kind of gliding towards the ground, like woo. But this is going to be awesome for creating your own kind of like Elytra courses and things, so that you can actually give yourself an actual natural boost. And that is it, guys. That is it. That is how awesome it is. So I don't know where all of my kind of blocks went. I have no idea. They must be around here somewhere. I can't even tell. And these are obviously things that I built in the past, you know, in my videos and things like that. But we're not going to bother trying to find them. So that is going to be the end of this video. That is the showcase of the title update 53, kind of features that have been added into the main game, like survival and things like that. Obviously, we've got other things to look at, such as the Adventure Time mashup, the Magic the Gathering, and of course the new temple glide track, which looks absolutely amazing, and I'm going to be playing that very, very soon for you guys. So if you've enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you are new to the channel. And before I go, make sure to let me know in the comments what your favorite feature is so far in this update, in title update 53. What's your favorite feature? I'm not too sure mine yet. I'm gonna have a think about it and let you guys know. But as always, thank you again for checking this out, and until the next video, I'm gonna say bye bye for now, and I will see you all later.